There's deafening silence from a number of Republicans, or there are Republicans who are saying there just isn't enough time. There isn't enough time for impeachment. There isn't enough time for a 25th Amendment. What do you say to them?
Look, one way or another, the stain of what has happened is going to cling to Donald Trump's person and his movement forever in history. The important thing at this moment is to make sure that in his state of utter madness, that he is constrained, that he is put in a constitutional straitjacket, that he cannot do further damage to the interests of the United States and the safety and health and welfare of its people and its Constitution, whatever that takes. And it's damn time for McConnell, McCarthy, and the others in Pence to say that's what needs to be done. But something else is really, I think we need to look at a bigger picture here, and that is that really Donald Trump is the enemy of the constitutional republic that is the United States of America. That's the meaning of what happened in this insidious insurrection that was inspired and encouraged an attack on the Capitol of the United States government, encouraged by the President of the United States at the very moment that the Congress was counting the ballots to elect the legitimate President of the United States. That's what occurred here. This is something that needs to be addressed in terms of its seditious reality, in terms of really who he most represents in some ways is the secessionist president of the Confederate States of America, Jefferson Davis, because Trump has taken his movement and himself out of the equation of the legitimate governance of the United States of America. And he's no longer part of the United States of America. He has really seceded himself and his movement from who we are as a country.
And why are you willing to
make... what the meaning of that attack is.
Yeah, why are you willing to make the comparisons between the president and Jefferson Davis when there are many Republicans who are unwilling to see and make the same associations that you have just made for the president who has assaulted democracy, undermined democracy, and encouraged this riot, which is now the premise of this article, singular article of impeachment?
Look, we can argue over what historical figure is the most evil in terms of the damage done to the United States by undermining its interests, which president, and whether it is Jefferson Davis, the president of the Confederate States, or someone else. Trump is in a league by himself here in terms of his sedition, in terms of his undermining interest in the United States. But I use that comparison because what we are left with now, Trump's movement, those people who have followed him so blindly, the tragedy of them following him so blindly, they are now left in another country, a country in which they believe is apart from the rest of the United States, that really follows only Donald Trump. And that's why I made this comparison to the Confederate States of America that had seceded from the larger entity. Trump's movement is not going to magically disappear. And one thing that would help, again, is if these Republican so-called leaders got up and said, look, this is an un-American president of the United States and what he has done. And we call on those who have blindly followed him to join the United States of America. Work with us. Let's work united with Joe Biden, with the president of the United States, with a serious Republican leadership to heal and bind this country. But also, there can be no forgiveness, no blind saying, oh, all this goes away, that Donald Trump should not face some kind of real criminal action if justified. We'll see. And certainly impeachment, conviction if it can be obtained, because his crimes, constitutional and otherwise, need to be remembered as long as there is a history of the United States of America. And this indeed danger to the republic by pulling out so many of our people and saying that there is an alternative reality contrary to the real existing USA, and I am going to be the leader of that, and you are going to follow me blindly down this rabbit hole. And now we have seen the results with an attack on the Capitol of the United States, inspired by him, and even now he refuses to condemn it in the way that it should be, because he actually, we know, believed in it.